Hi everyone, this is BDevine, and this is the video for the Lionsgate Portal 2022, and this is very special. I do this every year for you all, and I'm never exactly sure what's going to come forward with these messages, and we're just going to be focusing on the different significances of the Lionsgate and the portal of energy. So it's on the 26th. Some people say the 28th, some people say the 8th. I'm always told that it's the 26th until the 12th of August. In 2020, we actually allowed it to continue. The portal of light really opened in 2020, and everything got, well, we needed it, didn't we? In 2020, this extra light, information, etc. So what I'm going to do is I just have a small sheet of paper with me of things that I noted down that were really important. So the Lionsgate, the Moon and Venus is conjunct as well. So that's important. That will bring a lot of different vibrations in. Then on the 29th, Moon and Mercury. On the 28th, we have the Leo full moon, new moon as well. So it's really, really, really intense energy. This is why I wanted to make this, and not, when I go live, I know that you all have questions and things. And so it's easier for me to stay on topic if I'm not live doing this. So I was going to do this live, but I decided to record it anyway. Okay. So we're going to go through different aspects of this energy vibration. Get ready, because you're also going to go through a little bit of a guided meditation visualization with me. And this is to activate the golden abundance in your life. And we will do this. We're also going to look at the Mandala Oracle. But first, we're going to look at some write-ups about this. Where is it? All right, let's see if we got it here. Just going to share my screen with you for a moment. Okay, so this one says the Lionsgate portal. It opens, see, they say that it opens on August 8th. That's when it reaches its peak. Like, it's fully open at this point. When the sun in Leo, the star Sirius, Orion's belt, and the earth all line up. So what we have is the prequel, and then, the expanded version, and then it starts closing down. So it reaches the peak and then slows down. It creates a powerful portal of energy, which is potent for manifesting, right? So the name comes from the idea that this alignment creates a portal for manifestations to take place, with lion coming from the sun in Leo. And this is one aspect of it. Okay, so even astrologically, it all sort of ties in, but connecting with Sirian energy, Lyran energy, those of you who are connected as starseeds or other planets, etc., you may be connected with Sirian energy. You may be connected with Lyran energy, for example, which is like cat or feline energy. And you may feel a very, very deep connection with the pyramids and Egypt. You may feel a deep connection with helping humanity, etc., because that is what we do on those planets before we came here. So, our energy was all about helping everybody and adjusting frequencies and lifting and raising vibrations, etc. So today, when we go through this particular talk and activation and also healing, okay, you are going to really, perhaps some of you are going to think to themselves, oh, this is so familiar to me, right? It's going to feel that way. So again, I don't always know exactly what the energy focus is going to be, other than that of healing. And you can see that already the healing starts to come through my hands. And so I'm going to take you through see, I can already feel that healing vibration coming at you. You're going to be in a place of receiving, and I'm going to also do some light language over you as well. So we'll see how that works. So this is about, okay. So during the Lionsgate portal, Sirius separates sufficiently from the sun to come into view. Sirius is the brightest star in our night sky. Some ancient and even current mystics believed it influences the earth with extra energy and light. Absolutely. She adds that the ancient Egyptians worshipped Sirius as the goddess Sopde, celebrating Sirius's return in the morning sky as the start of the farming season and the beginning of the new year. Healers and teachers in certain New Age communities believe the energy coming from Sirius contains special elevating or activating energy that can help the earth and her people evolve. So number 8 in astrology, okay, and even the 26th, 2 and 6 is 8 also. So the 8th house and the 8th sign of the zodiac belong to Scorpio. So astrologically, 8 has connections to power, transformation, energy, passion, and sexuality as well. 8 also corresponds to the strength card in traditional tarot deck. Okay, numerology, the 8 is 8 of the 8th is powerhouse number. Okay, so it says here, how to make the most of the opening. Lean into your inner Leo, coming in Leo season. If you are a Leo sun, moon, or rising sign, you're really going to be affected by this. If you are a water sign, for example, and you need the extra confidence and strength, this is going to be wonderful for you. Same with air signs. With your communication, it might be more, a little bit more confident in your wording or your writing, etc. So love, generosity, leadership, creativity. A focus on love, okay? A focus on preparing for massive shifts. We're just going through shift after shift after shift right now. I really hope that if you're listening today, you've also considered trying the Destiny Code, or maybe you've already done it, which means that you are completely ready for the next shift to happen again. Tapping into your spiritual side, of course, practicing gratitude, okay, as well. So there's not really much to say about it. Usually I personally come up in the search results as well from all the years that I've been doing this particular thing. But this year it's a little bit different, right? So this year it's a little bit different because of the turmoil that's been going on over the last couple of years, and even before that. So what you might have noticed is before 2020, there was a lot of energy that was building up, and things might have been going wrong, or things might have been shifting in your own life, or sudden changes happening and sudden shifts, and just suddenly everything's starting to change itself out, like to move into this new direction. And so what we have here is an opportunity for a new life, and a new life on the planet. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm actually going to ask one of my guides, Devine, who is a leader, a Lyran leader, and they do say that it's royalty, but he doesn't want to be called that way or connected into that energy. It's more getting information from the teachings of harmony and deeper healing. So I'm going to just go in and close my eyes for a moment. I may open my eyes. During the channel as well. It just depends, because what's going on right now is a whole lot of energy is being thrown at us, and it's actually hard for me to sit here and try to stay really, really, really gentle, because my energy inside is like excited like this, right? So I'm using all of my strength to push my energy down and not get as excited as I actually am, right? So I'm going to just close my eyes. It's the best way to do it, and channeling this energy. Okay, so I found my crystals and I'm just going to close my eyes and we'll see what comes through from my spiritual light team. And also Devin is part of that. Okay, so we're going to connect in with that as well. And let's see what messages come through for us. Okay. Greetings, dear ones, and welcome to your new way of doing things, your new life. There is an increased activation energy right now, and you may be feeling like you cannot get yourself grounded into your true vibration, and that's because your vibration is shifting into higher frequencies in order to enable more light to flow through your body and for the changes that you're looking for to actually occur as well. Right now, the earth goes through its own shifting into higher vibration as well, as all of you have decided to switch yourself into forward motion and to allow yourself to let go of the past and also all of the damage from the past as well. There is a sensation that some of you are worrying, some of you are doubting, and some of you are concerned about the new pathway, but you need not be fearsome or worried, since the new pathway is something that you're really wanting to have in your life anyway. As the vibration shifts and changes, each one of you shift and also change. There comes into focus brand new beginnings. And because you have not walked through those new beginnings, it is difficult for you to understand or accept what is coming forward. If you dip your toes into the future and know exactly how it would be, some of you will feel better knowing that. As much as there can be bits and pieces of information given to you all about the near future, about what could happen, what is likely to happen, there is no exactness in time and space. There is no exactness because this holds a limitation over the planets and a limitation over each one of you. If you were told exactly how your life path was going to go, when your children were going to be born, when you were going to go to school, when you were going to get married, when you were going to, who you were going to marry, and when you were going to die, don't you think that this would then make you feel limited throughout your life? In fact, life would become quite boring. There are those that unfortunately feel the need to become famous or popular through their own predictions. And yes, whilst there are some that come forward as truth, there are many more that do not and limit people and humanity in their choices and decisions. Right now, the time for fortune telling has passed. It is now all about activating your own guidance system, your own light, and leading the way for others who are looking for their brothers and sisters, in a sense, their own soul or spiritual family. It is now time for you to take up the beacon and hold it high above your head and share what you have learnt, learn what you need to learn, and move forward fearlessly. There are going to be some very, very strange times ahead, with things seemingly falling apart only to fall or be placed back together even better than ever. There is a new vibration on this earth, and you've each walked through it if you are watching this particular message today. Fear not all the troublesome talks. Fear not about wars, etc. But instead focus your energy on the highest vibration everywhere you go, everywhere you step, every place that you frequent, everywhere you go, enable a high vibration energy. Bring this everywhere with you. Focus it into your future. Focus it around the globe as you see behind BDevine right now. As you can picture this particular image, so too can you imagine legions and legions of light teams all around the globe, amplifying the light energy on the planet. A lot of you have already done this work. A lot of you have already decided to take the next step and move forward into your own spiritual leadership, to understand yourself in these greater levels, to understand who you are on the deepest of the deep levels, and to rid yourself of traumas that have been with you for many, many lifetimes. Some of you are just in the beginning stages of learning this process, and it's okay to make mistakes. As long as you always bring yourself back into the light vibration, back into love light, back into harmony, and try again. As you move forward through this portal opening, really be open to receiving galactic information. Each one of you children have been on other planets, other times, and lived other lifetimes on these planets. And you can recollect the information, or you can channel into the information anytime you want to. As this expansion happens, it is there to help you. And the planets doing their conjuncting energies also will help expand this even further. Your own mind is the very thing that is going to expand the furthest, if you allow it to. Many of you complain, many of you overthink, many of you believe that there's no way out of your situation. And many of you have been working on moving past this situation for a very long time. However, the missing item is that you continue to go back to the fear-based energy because that's what you know the best. When you're moving forward into a light-based energy, it is very hard to understand what that is like because you haven't been in it before. So those of you who keep stepping into the future and then retreating because of fear, you are really going to get a wake-up call, and it is going to be in your own way. It's going to be something that you will understand. It's going to be something that you will be able to see properly and hear. Those of you who ask will receive expansions in time and space, which means that your timeline frequency will open up even further, which means that you will bring yourself into your abundant timeline, which means that you will be showered with abundance on every level. You will only be showered with this abundance on every level if you believe in yourself to be worthy of receiving it. There is no judgment also from us, your galactic friends, your spiritual light team, your angels. There is no judgment from us. You are good enough at doing that yourself. You judge yourself and you judge other people all the time. And it is time that that energy needs to stop completely, because that judgment will keep you held and bound to the situation. Even a thought of somebody else who has annoyed or upset you gives them power over you. It is time to recognize the habits that you have, the habits that you've created, the trauma responses that you've garnered through a lifetime of having to survive. Please know that those who are on the other side of the veil love you deeply. And those of you who have had parents that did not understand you or abused you horrifically, and those parents are now on the other side of the veil, please know that they understand their part in what you have been dealing with. They understand how crucial it was for you to survive those situations in order to be able to help more people. And although you don't understand it at the time when you are living on the earth, you don't understand why you are being treated this way or that way. You have no clue that there is a higher dimensional aspect to each incarnation, that each incarnation is there to get past the last incarnation, to understand the karmic energy that was there from the last one and the one before that and the one before that. There are very few of you that have never been on this planet before. Very, very few of you. There is a collective of groups of people who like to huddle together and call themselves certain names and detach themselves from the wholeness of the spiritual communities, believing that nobody understands their vibration, their super sensitivities, and their energy. However, by separating yourself, you also cause a judgment, and you also cause a sensation of abandonment and rejection within. So the belief system of your spiritual pathway is your own unique belief system. And as long as it is forward moving and ever expanding without judgment of anyone else's choices, it will always serve you. Those of you who are segregating yourselves in groups and also beating down others who are not doing the same thing as you are causing your own suffering. Many religious people, it is their choice about what they decide to serve. They have decided to serve a group. They have decided to follow rules. They have decided to fear passing. They have decided to fear God and to only do as they are told to do. And those religious communities will find or face a very, very strange phenomenon in the near future when their belief system is almost pulled out from underneath them. And bit by bit by bit, the true story of religion is unraveled. And this, friends, will bring a lot of people who have believed faithfully in what they were doing towards you who have understanding of what they have done and what they were trying to achieve, and who have never judged them, followed them, commented on their channels, if you will, or anything like this. Remembering that everybody on this planet has a sensation that they have to be correct. They have a sensation within them that they must be doing the right thing so that they can gain favor at the end of their life, without realizing that everybody is favored throughout life and everyone is favored after life as well. The only darkness that is received is on the earth. This is the dark place. This is the place of no choices, except mentally, where you have a mental capacity to be able to focus your intentions, to focus your direction, and to open up to receiving, and to be in a place of protection, and to move forward, regardless of the persecution of others, because you know your truth. Your truth is what matters. If others have put things into their body and taken medications that you don't like, remember, it is up to them and their life path. And also that they too are protected and loved equally. It is not ideal to place chemicals in your body, but you are not judged because you have done this, or you are not judged because you've taken something that you shouldn't have taken, or you're not judged for operations that you've had, or changes from male, female, female, male. You are not judged by these things. Again, you judge yourself enough. This is not something that is judged in the afterlife. The afterlife, the intention of your heart is all that matters. Where did your intentions lie? Where do your intentions lie? Is it to gain everyone's likeness? To be liked by everybody and never make a mistake? Because that will be impossible. Is it to make all the money in the world and sit pretty? Because that's also impossible to do, especially since the systems that you have in place with regards to money and coins is going to change. So what if there is no money on the planet? How will things be done? Things will be done through a bartering system, through giving and receiving from others. So you had better work on your manifesting skills. Work on all the things that you know you are going to need in the future. What are you going to offer people as a barter exchange? It doesn't have to be food. It can be skills. It can be talks. It can be anything. But this is further along down the track. Right now, your focus and your intention is making your life easier. This is what your focus is, making life easier for yourself. People say, I've tried to do this and I've tried to do that and it doesn't work. And we say to you, you have tried, but you have not expected it to change. You have tried, but you've given up too soon. You've tried, but you haven't let go of the reins. And so therefore, you don't have the additional help around you because you're still holding tight to the problem, issue, or circumstance. It is time to look at a bigger picture within yourself. Where do you really want to be? And what legacies do you really want to leave behind? You can do, be, and have anything you want, but you must focus yourself on the successful ending of it. That no matter what you do, that it is going to be supported and protected. That as you move forward with the right intentions in your heart, that there is nothing that can get in your way to stop you, only yourself. You see? Each one of you has a unique gift and you need to start expressing it. And for those of you who naysay everything and say that can't happen and I can't do that and this is not going to take place for me, again, you are in your mind for the negative and you need to be in your mind positively. Your mind will be the only thing that manifests for you. The angels, your guides, your spiritual light team will help you manifest your intention. But you must put the energy towards the actuality of it taking place. And so we say to you that there is going to be changes in the very, very near future. Do not be alarmed and do not rest on your laurels. There is still a lot more work to be done. But it is not going to be through blood, sweat, and tears. It is going to be through mental capacities, opening and expanding your journey in your own way, learning to live your life in your own way without needing approval of others, opening yourself up to learning more, to educating yourself on how to heal yourself completely, and then be available when other people need you. Because there is going to be a need with many people finding themselves lost and confused, more so than ever before. And while you are working on yourself, you may not feel like you're ready for the next chapter of life to begin, but it will happen anyway. Please know that you are infinitely loved. There is not one of you that is not loved, supported, protected, and connected. But you must make these decisions, that the complaining and the doubts and the worries and the stresses and the he said, she said has to stop. Because that is the very blockage to your future. And you will never win the abundant life that you wish by wishing it into your future. It has to be in your present. Otherwise, it will always be far away from you. It will always be in the future. So listen to these words. Feel the healing vibrations that we are all sending to you. And trust that as you open up to receive, so too will your life begin to expand and change it in so many ways. You are loved and divine, and we are here for you at any time. I am Devin, and this is your spiritual light team and angels connecting with you all at the same time. Now, Becky is going to close her eyes and she is going to channel in the rest of this message as a healing for you all. And this is going to open up the pathways and the information for you. This is going to also open up abundant pathways. There'll be more than one that you can take. And this will also dissolve any negativity that is still trying to hold you back as you attune into the Syrian light energy. Okay. So just be ready to receive. Okay. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're just allowing, it's still coming out of me. Okay, let's just cleanse and clear. Okay. All right. So something interesting for myself also is receiving energy in a different way. And I received it a while ago now, and I was told that it wasn't anything new for me. It was something that we used to always do. So it came completely easily. It can unlock things. My husband has a chair that doesn't stop. It's supposed to lock into place, and he bounces and bounces and bounces, and I just do my light codes and it unlocks, it locks itself. Sorry. It can unlock things in your body that have locked up. It's like basically having a key. So the energy vibration is very powerful in us being able to move forward now. And you need to allow yourself to continue to receive this healing light code activation that you've just received. Okay, continue to allow it to come. You may feel like tingles of energy around you, or you may have felt something lifting away from your physical body, or any pain that you might have had. So you can come back and use this whenever you want to. As we move forward into 2022, I am going to less and less be able to allow myself to become, well, I don't know what the word is. It's like people have a lot of unhealed trauma in their energy, right? And part of what I do is to help you understand your trauma and get rid of it. There are some people that purchase, for example, distant healing sessions, which are a little bit different because we don't get to talk too much. You just get the energy sent to you, and I just trust that it's going in the right place. But there are some people whose mission it is in life to completely complain just like all the time, to always have an issue, to always have a problem that someone else is causing, or that they're involved in, or they're thinking about. And for me personally, I can't be in that energy anymore. This is why I decided to create an academy to teach all the teachers, because you all have to understand these kinds of people that are going to be coming forward, who have got plenty of trauma and have never dealt with it, or who have been with other healers or whatever, and God knows what happened, right? And I have created this space for myself where I can choose what I'm doing, whether I'm live or not, whether I'm making a video or not, or what type of video I want to do, or whether I'm doing readings or not. Or, you know, what I really love to do is send the healing and do the healing work, because that's so much more powerful to me. Readings to me are a way in which I can help a person to understand the reality of their question, what it really actually means, and help them through that. But the healing aspect is the most powerful thing. And I've always known this to be true, that we are healers here, and, you know, we've done all this before, but we get muffled down by society, by rules, by regulations, by religions, by family members, by trauma, by abuse. And sometimes it continues on throughout a very long time in life, right? Where we are continually bombarded. And there gets a point, if you were someone that for the last 30 years was doing nothing but hearing people's problems and helping them, then you know what I'm talking about. That there comes a position where if the same thing keeps on happening, then it has nothing to do with healers or readers, but it has everything to do with you. And, you know, how you see life, how you see yourself. And the biggest message I continually get for us all is to stop giving our power away to all of those people that stripped it from us in the first place. All right, so all of the abuses that have happened in my life, and I wrote about this in my website about me, and it's just touching the surface again. There are some things in there that will shock you though, if you don't know anything about myself. But if I had continued along the pathway of pain, right? If I had continued going in that way, I would never be here where I am. And even when I started my website and doing YouTube and stuff like that, I was not completely healed myself, right? All I had was all the knowledge. Like, I knew I could answer anything that was asked. I knew I could do that because I could channel the whole thing, right? But I wasn't completely in the wholeness of who I am. And just like all of you, I've had my own pain and trauma to go through. And I've hated life. And I've wanted to leave. And I've wanted to go back home, meaning to the other side. And when connecting in with my, you know, Lyran or Syrian brothers and sisters, and Devon, for example, connecting in with them, makes you want to go home even more, right? Because it doesn't feel the same kind of vibration here on the earth. And that is where we come in. So I asked about this, and our actual duty is to create what is up there, or what is connected up there, here, right? Make it here. Change this earth. This earth used to be harmonious. It was negative, and then it became harmonious, and then it was created into this negative Kabbalistic energy vibration that we've been seeing, that overtook every big company and overtook through greed, through control, and it overtook everywhere, but not anymore. And we're going to have to get used to living in a reality that doesn't have so much stresses in it, right? It doesn't have these things going on. It doesn't have the governments and things. That's coming, okay? And I will be taking you through a golden meditation very soon here. But first, what I'm going to do is we're going to have a look here at the crystal mandala oracle to see where we stand here on our journey. Right, so let's have a look at this mandala, crystal mandala oracle. This is what we got: Archangel Melchizedek and Selenite, divine perfection. Okay, we've got both of these here with us, divine perfection. Okay, so we're going to have a look at this. So if you have some selenite, you can hang on to it right now. Okay. So divine perfection, here we go. We bring you the gift of divine perfection. As you receive our gift, you will feel a wave of great peace move through your heart and mind. You will know you are exactly as you were divinely designed to be, that your life is proceeding in perfect timing, and that all is well. If there has been a matter causing you concern, allow us to bless that situation with the peaceful grace of the divine now. You shall receive the perfect resolution of what matter in accordance with unconditional love, of that matter in accordance with unconditional love. There's no need to judge yourself for any decision or choice that you've ever made. Forgive yourself and others now. There are so many blessings for you to receive, and no need for you to hold on to anything out of fear, shame, guilt, or regret. Free yourself as you surrender into realization of divine perfection. So as you grow on your spiritual path, you will eventually become aware of a paradox, two apparently conflicting truths, both of which you resonate with at a deeper level. This can cause some temporary confusion, and you realize they do not conflict but actually support each other. On one hand, you will be seeking growth and development. You will want to fulfill your divine potential and manifest your life purpose, sacred mission, and divine destiny. This is the path of evolution where you are willing to learn and grow through your experiences. You will feel as though you are leaving your old self behind and becoming a new version of yourself, right? More aligned with your inner spiritual nature and life purpose. This process can occur many times throughout the course of your lifetime. In earth medicine, the snake is considered a symbol of transformation because it sheds a skin no longer needed and emerges anew. You'll feel that this happens symbolically as you grow spiritually. Through that process of transformation, you become an increasingly radiant, embodied divine being. It is similar to the acorn becoming a mighty oak tree, or the caterpillar eventually emerging as an exquisite butterfly. It is the fulfillment of your innate spiritual blueprints, and it happens as you experience change, growth, healing, and transformation. This is an authentic aspect of the spiritual path. For advanced souls capable of considerable and sometimes even radical personal transformation, Much willpower, energy, and focus will go into this aspect of the spiritual path. This is as it should be. Those capable of growth have developed that spiritual ability over lifetimes. To engage fully with your potential for spiritual growth and personal transformation will inspire others with what is possible whilst bringing you deep, soul-satisfying joy. However, there is a second truth on the spiritual path that applies to all beings, even those gifted with the ability to transform themselves. The second truth is perfection. There is nothing to do, no change to go through, no healing that needs to take place, because in the inner truth of your nature, you are already divine, whole, and perfect. Where evolution is based on the principle of progress, perfection is based on the principle of divine wholeness, which has been and always will be complete. According to the truth of perfection, there is nothing to fight and nothing to resist, only the miracle of love's creation to witness in all its wild beauty and deep mystery. So does this mean that you should not attempt to evolve, that you should give up your personal growth and spiritual development and simply be as you are? Actually, you are here to live the divine paradox of both these truths. Use the inner knowing of your divine wholeness of you to bring you peace as you evolve and grow on your divine path. Evolution is ultimately part of the freedom of the divine plan. As you grow, you become more able to realize the perfection of your innate spiritual nature. If you forget about the underlying perfection, you may unnecessarily feel panic, overwhelm, fatigue, and even depression and despair when you hit a challenge on your personal journey. You may worry that you are failing, running out of time, or doing something wrong. You may forget that you are a divine being taking a journey and instead become unnecessarily worried. You are encouraged to grow and transform to the best of your ability, whilst also feeling a restful, deep peace deep inside that sustains you with trust, whilst also feeling a restful peace deep inside that sustains you with comfort and reassurance that all of life, including you, is held in the grace of divine perfection. There's a part of your body, personality, or mind that is bothering you, or a situation in your life that seems to be broken, or that you fear is out of alignment with divine will. Take comfort in the message from this oracle now. What is happening is all part of the divine plan, including the things you might not think are particularly spiritual or are just silly or foolish. As part of the plan for all of life includes the expression of divine perfection, so too shall whatever growth, healing, or evolution is required be part of the experience for whatever is bothering you. If that is not happening yet, do the healing process and trust. Divine perfection is without exception. Absolutely all of life, creation, and experience shall be blessed by this grace. So we're going to integrate this divine perfection, right? You are perfect just the way you are, right? Whatever pathway you go on is where you're supposed to be, but the focus needs to be really positive for yourself and your life. So we call upon the crystal angel of selenite and Archangel Melchizedek, who loved me unconditionally. Thank you for the divine healing gift of perfection. May all beings find comfort in the inner truth of their divine perfection. May divine love discover itself in all beings, awakening to a realization of eternal peace and divine perfection. May there be comfort and peace in the hearts of all beings. Through divine mercy and my own free will, so be it. And we will integrate this further by saying, I choose of my own free will to honor and express my ability to evolve spiritually with peace in my heart, accepting that the perfection of divine love is always whole and shining within me. May those that love me unconditionally assist me in a sustaining serenity within my being as I take my journey of personal and spiritual growth this lifetime. May divine perfection reveal itself to me through unconditional love and compassion. May divine perfection shine its loving light for all to see. May all beings be happy and free. I feel the serenity of my spirit and the courage of my heart as divine perfection expresses itself through me in all ways. So, be at peace, knowing you are exactly where you are supposed to be at any given time. And we don't have to be perfect in any of our work. And that is actually never going to happen, right? Why would we want to be perfect? How boring would that be, right? We are moving our energy into our own version of divine perfection. And you cannot carry the past with you into the future and expect to get a good result. It's like, it's like always thinking negatively, but being angry that nothing positive is happening, right? It's the same thing. So what we're going to do is a little bit of a journey, and we're going to be working with just visualization. And something that I want to share with you is that as you use your imagination and just imagine what I'm saying, then you eventually start seeing things that you haven't imagined, and you will receive physical sensations, okay? When you receive physical sensations, it's like it reinforces the entire healing connection, because when you receive physical sensations, you can't make those up, okay? So I'm teaching channeling and past life healing right now at my academy, and I'm trying to teach the teachers that this is exactly what it is. So people tell me that they can't, I don't see things. Okay, but I'm going to prove to you that you can. For example, think about your front door right now. There it is. Think about your family members. Okay, there they are. Think about any animals that you have or have had. There they are. Split second, they come into your mind, right? That is the same vision that it takes to be a clairvoyant, for example, is you must trust those little things. You know what a tree looks like. You know what the door looks like. Heck, you might know what your school looked like, your houses, your bedrooms, the lovers that you've had, the marriages that you've had, situations that you've been in, okay? That is your clairvoyance. In other words, that is how visions come through, very subtly. Very subtly. If you ignore those little subtle things that come in, well, of course, you're not going to think that you're very visual. So when we do this exercise, I want you to, my eye is doing some strange things. Okay. Is it my imagination? It felt like there was something coming across my eyeball. Anyway, as we're doing this visualization, what I want you to do is focus yourself on just only imagining every little thing I'm saying, imagining yourself in the pyramid and whatever it is we're doing. Okay, imagine it. And I am going to help you to have an experience. Okay. All right. So we're going to do this meditation to open up our connection and activate ourselves into the golden abundance phase of our life. Okay. And this will also require a lot of healing, and the healing energy will come through, even though we've already done some rewriting of things. Okay. There's going to be more as we go through this process. All right. So bear with me. Okay, so everybody, for the meditation, I got myself ready to record this. So it will be a separate recording that I will put up later, right? Now, the first thing that I want you to do is to focus your energy on just being relaxed. Like, make sure that nobody is going to disturb you at all. This is going to hold a lot more energy in it than what you might realize at first. And you can go back and listen to this recording anytime that you want to. You're just going to be listening to my voice, okay? And I will be using the words, I am grounded and protected. I ask for my spiritual light team in a way that you can resonate with. So it's almost like I'm speaking on your behalf, okay? And we have some cool thunder in the background, so I'm hoping that my recording will knock that out a little bit. All right, get yourself comfortable. Okay, if you can't do this right now undisturbed, then do it later. Make sure you've got, I do have a piece of selenite with me. I also have a smoky quartz, and I also have a Lemurian. Again, you can get all these at my website too. Okay, you ready? All right, so everybody just close your eyes. Take a deep breath. And when you're breathe in from the small of your back. Just imagine yourself breathing in this way. And listen to my voice. As a sovereign being of light, I hereby call upon my spiritual light team, my higher self, source energy, and the energies of Sirius and the Lyran energy. I give permission for you all to be with me, surround me, and work with me now. I ask for a simple connection into the center of the earth and a connection into the center of the universe, creating a pillar of light and generating a perfect golden pyramid around me now. And I ask that all those beings that I have called upon step inside my golden pyramid now, reinforcing this with a triple shield of protection, an overlaying high vibrational shield of light, which dissolves any negative energy now in all directions of time and space. I hereby call upon all aspects of myself, on all dimensions, on all timelines, to merge together now with me and stand inside my pyramid of light. So we are all protected and all connected, supported, and in our place of receiving. And only in this place of receiving am I safe, and no negative energy can connect with me whatsoever. I hereby also give permission for the healers and the cosmic physicians to move forward and begin to work on my energetic and physical body, bringing me emotional, physical, spiritual relief, and that the healing begin and continue. So now, with your guides inside this pyramid of light with you, on your left, on your right, you now can visualize, using your imagination, a beautiful bear. Go with this bear now in your mind's eye as you move towards the entrance of a cave that has been very well camouflaged. It would be invisible if you were not shown. This place could be anywhere in the world. The initial opening passageway goes down before giving way to a gigantic cavern with many rooms. The sound of dripping water echoes as though fragmented by thousands of facets protruding from the vaulted ceiling. All of the surfaces sparkle. At first, the source of the glittering light is vague, presenting a mysterious, almost eerie glow. Move to a place now deeper in the cave, where a natural chimney hole allows sunlight to shine directly onto the surface of the walls. Now you can see more clearly that you are surrounded by glittering crystals and gems, whose myriad facets reflect the light, all of which comes from the same source. Ceiling and walls are covered with crystals and gems of all shapes, colors, and sizes. Some of the chambers are geodes, like cracked open eggs, exhibiting dazzling crystal erectiles. Crystals are nestled in the roots and root fiber of massive trees that are growing above the cavern on top of the earth. Some are in small rivulets of water washing down from above, lining the floor with loose crystals. Where these small rivers converge is a pool of clear, ice-cold water, approximately 2 feet deep, full of every type of crystal and gem imaginable. Stand or kneel now beside the edge of the pool. Open your heart and ask permission to remove some of the crystals from the sacred water. You will promise to respect and treat them with honor and to use them for the benefit and the healing of the planet and all who dwell upon her. The crystals that are to work with you will float to the surface. See now, as you are offering a prayer of thanks for the gifts you've been given, see them now in your mind's eye. And think to yourself, what am I going to use these for? And what gifts am I being given now? Just spending time running your hands through the water and taking a look at a crystal that may come to mind very quickly. And in this amazing energy, you are surrounded by thousands of crystals and gems, receiving a tremendous boost of emotional and physical healing and great enlightenment. You may decide to leave a piece of hair, or some kind of offering that you have to this cave now. Receive the information. As you are resting here in the cave, your bear comes to sit next to you, and you are going to take 5 breaths. 1, 2, 3, 4, and on the 5th breath, you reach all of a sudden a vein of pure gold. Continue to breathe in this way, and your exhales, breathing out, take you further into the vein. And the gold opens around you. It is very large, and your entire consciousness is surrounded by gold. All around where you can see is gold. Above you, below you, all the way around you. You know you are within this gold vein. As you breathe, you smell the metal of this brilliant glowing yellow mineral. Smell the metal now. You are able to distinguish it in your own body by your senses. Identify the gold and realize that the feeling of this gold is very different from the feeling of the earth and the soil and the crystals. It feels like a metal. It feels like the color yellow. It feels hard. And it begins to conduct electricity in such a way that you can feel unusual currents going through your body. So now we are asking for the gold to give us a physical sensation, and breathe. Breathing in the feeling of gold till your entire body is full. Notice the tiny, minute electrical currents that the gold is conducting. As you look closely at the gold in front of your eyes, you're able to see into it in a way that you couldn't before. It no longer looks or feels solid. You can see its metallic, molecular structures. As you look at these basic building components, you can see that they're made up of many smaller components. And you can see the energy currents and the particles running from one part of the structure to another in a way that is purposeful rather than just random. And you can feel these electrical messages on the inside of your body as well as on the outside. Believe it, trust in it, and you become aware of the inner communication of one particle and structure with another. As you expand your view now, the gold looks like a giant city lit up at night, with little lights traveling as far as you can see in every direction. There is an overall intelligence and purpose governing all this energy and those lights. As you breathe deeply, you become aware of a more solid gold substance all around and inside you. There is a sensation deep inside your being with which you have become acquainted, and you are now able to speak with the spirit of the mineral in whose home you are now a guest. So now be open, listen to the knowledge of the mineral gold. What do you need to tell me, gold? And listen for the response, feel the response. And ask some questions of the spirit of gold. And now know that you can come and connect into this energy at any time. We're thanking the energy of gold and the spirit of gold, and we're making an offering of energy now. Just by sending it out through your consciousness, a love vibration. Be sure to thank this spirit. And now we're going to take 5 deep breaths whilst thanking our bear guide. 1, take a deep breath. 2, 3, moving yourself up. 4, up, 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 up and out. And taking a moment to give thanks back to the place that you are now. And you feel a touch on your crown, back into your physical body, back into the here and now, connected with the gold energy and the crystal energy, and connected deep into the earth and the vibration of the earth. whilst receiving an activation and an attunement into a higher vibrational frequency that is connected with gold itself. And by becoming a part of it, you also become abundant on every level, because this is who you are, and like attracts like. Just take a moment now to relax. Make sure you're going to drink a lot of water and have something to eat as well, and write down some of your experiences also. Okay. All right, so I had to record that one separately. All my ears are doing a funny thing. So the purpose of today's video was to give you insight into the amazing energy that is shifting and changing on the planet. The moons, the cycles of the sun, the cycles of the planets, your ascension journey, all the stuff you're dealing with in your own personal life, all of the work that you're doing to move forward on your pathway, all of the enlightenment that you're having, all of the connections with others, and that you're learning to honor and value your own self, your own direction, without feeling the need to be doing the same as any one other person, right? Just doing for yourself. The time has come now where we forget all of the stresses and stop giving our energy away to people who are draining us with their demands, their nonsense, their questioning, their inner doubts. You can only lead by example. We cannot be holding everybody's hands anymore and trying to bring them up when they're not ready. It's like seesaw all the time. You've got enough to deal with. So what I always say is be the example of what it's like to be on the other side of healing. Be the example of what it's like to have all answers coming to you, to be channeling in, to be moving forward, to be protecting yourself, to be supporting your life, and through that, giving that support and guidance to everybody around you, right? Because they can see that you're doing it. Work with the crystals, work with the gemstones, work with the oils, right? Understand yourself on these different levels. Understand where you're going, and how you are here as an expanded addition to your entire wholeness of yourself, right? So you are here to understand yourself as a soul in an expanded form whilst you're being crushed by the energy of the earth, but to still remain in that vibration as well. Trust in your feelings and in your intuition, and let people fall away if they do, because behind them, there's thousands of other people waiting, okay? If you want to expand your own knowledge and healing and finally kick all of these old habits goodbye, join the Light Leaders Academy and do yourself a favor and be supported and guided by like-minded people who have also gone through hell and back and lived to tell the tale, okay? And here they are trying to help other people as well. So of course, as always, sending love and light to all of you. I hope that you enjoyed this and the healing. You know where to find me, BDevineOnline.com. There is nobody else, it's just me. And there is a special going on at the moment. If you're seeing this video, I will link it below. And you can have some messages for yourself as well. Sending lots of love to you all. Hopefully you tried the meditation. Write down your notes, okay, and see what starts happening in the next few days. Sending many, many blessings. Lots of love. And bye for now.